Tonight's stories are some of the most creepy and uncomfortable cases I've ever come across. It's not about monsters or ghosts, but about something far more terrifying, the unknown. It's a real story about a young woman who vanished under eerie circumstances, and the only clue left behind was a single strange phone call. She worked as a dental receptionist, kept to herself, and was known by neighbors as polite but reserved. Whether you believe in the supernatural or not, this one is going to stick with you. Her name was Rachel Larson. 24 years old, living alone in a quiet Michigan town. On the night of October 19, 2016, Rachel got home from work at 6:42 p.m. Security footage from her apartment lobby shows her entering, talking briefly on the phone, and heading upstairs. At 6:59 p.m., she called her sister to confirm lunch plans. Everything sounded normal. Then at 7:16 p.m., Rachel received a call from an unknown number. She answered it, and that was the last time anyone heard from her. Rachel missed lunch the next day. No response to texts. Her sister went to her apartment door, locked. No signs of forced entry. Inside, her phone, wallet, and keys were all on the kitchen counter. The front door was still locked from the inside. The only thing out of place? A note scribbled hastily on the back of a junk mail envelope. Tell her I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to be me. No fingerprints. No handwriting match. Police were baffled. 2 days later, Rachel's cousin who had tried calling her repeatedly received a voicemail from Rachel's number. But it wasn't her voice. It was a man's voice, calm, emotionless. It simply said, "Never activated again." She saw what she shouldn't have. That's all. The number was traced to a prepaid burner phone. Forgotten. Watching. Her apartment showed no sign of forced entry, no struggle, and her security system was still active, yet no one had come in or out. The house was a split level with a basement window that faced the backyard. Some believe Rachel stumbled onto something, maybe at work, maybe online, something she wasn't meant to see. Others believe it was someone she knew, maybe someone close with access to her building. The TV reflected light off the glass. She saw a face. Then there's the third theory, the uncomfortable one. Basement door, locked from the inside, that Rachel never left. That she's still somewhere in that building, hidden. No evidence has ever confirmed anything. And to this day, her case remains completely unsolved. She had snapped a photo when she thought it was a shadow. Mariah was 17 and staying in her aunt's suburban home in Maryland. It had picked up nothing for hours except for a single 8-second clip. Her aunt was out of town for the week, so Mariah had the place to herself. On the third night, around 2 a.m., she was watching TV when she thought she saw movement out of the corner of her eye in the basement window. She paused. Someone was staring up at her from inside the basement. But when he went to blow it out, it didn't go out. She ran upstairs and locked herself in the bathroom. She called her mom and then 911. His cat refused to enter the room where the candle sat. The police arrived in 10 minutes. They searched the whole house, nothing. No broken locks, no open windows. They told her it might have been a trick of the light or a shadow. But then Mariah showed them her phone. In the picture, there was a face. Pale, male, eyes wide open, and smiling. One even said their smart speaker turned on by itself. Her aunt returned and checked the old security system. There was a motion-activated camera near the back door, watching, and at one point, whispering something, though the audio was too low to understand. It showed a man crouching under the deck, waiting. Police still found no trace. No fingerprints. No evidence. And Mariah never stayed in that house again. Pale skin, black hoodie. She was looking directly at the camera, smiling. In the group photo of his lunch table, someone was sitting beside him. Marcus turned 28 and had a small party. A coworker gave him a gift bag with a red glass candle. No label, no brand. Just a card that read, "Burn when you want to feel seen." Weird, right? He lit it that night while watching TV. It gave off a strange burnt sugar smell. He tried everything: breath, water, even putting a lid on it. The flame refused to die. Nobody recognized her. But one comment stood out. Over the next few days, Marcus felt watched. Lights flickered. Same pose, same smile. Different school. One night, he woke up to the smell of burnt sugar, but he hadn't lit the candle in 2 days. He found it on the kitchen table, flame burning. He had locked it away in a drawer. He finally smashed the candle and threw it in the dumpster. That night, someone left a note on his door. And turn on notifications so you don't miss the next nightmare. Told the story once on a late-night podcast and swore never to talk about it again. You put out the light. Now we can see you. Marcus moved. Changed his number. But listeners claimed that after that episode aired, their phones started glitching during that part of the story. In 2014, Adrian was looking through his senior yearbook and noticed something strange. A girl with long dark hair. But here's the thing. Adrian swore he'd never seen her before. He even asked the yearbook team who she was. The response? We have no idea. She's not in any other photo. And she's not on the student roster. Always smiling. Curious, Adrian posted the image online. She was in my yearbook too. Over the next few weeks, people from across the country started finding the same girl in their school photos, always sitting with random groups. One user compared dozens of images. The girl was always in schools where someone had gone missing that year. In Adrian's school, a student had vanished 3 months before the photo was taken. A student that nobody had ever found. To this day, no one knows who the girl is, or why she appears in photos where someone is always about to disappear. It's stories like Rachel's that remind us how thin the line is between normal and nightmare. No monsters, no curses, just a regular evening, a phone call, and someone never comes back. Creepy, eerie, and deeply uncomfortable. If this story sent chills down your spine, hit the like button. It really helps more horror lovers find these forgotten true stories. And if you want more disturbing real-life horror stories you've never heard of, don't forget to subscribe. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and don't answer calls from unknown numbers.